Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 173, Tokyo #1 Colony, part 13. Last we left off, Reggie got his jugular vein surgically removed by a wolf's jaw. So he's not having a good time. He's bleeding out. And Reggie's actually just kind of breaking it down out loud because he can't believe what just happened to him. He's just like, the domain and the pool concealed that you had the dog. Fuck. He's like, you didn't flee into the gym, you lured me in.
A modern day sorcerer.
Yeah, I don't know if this was like known already. But
He's an old guy.
Yeah, he's an ancient sorcerer. I didn't know that.
Yo, all right, yeah.
I mean, if we overread something and didn't see that he already mentioned he was an ancient sorcerer, I apologize, but we didn't notice until just now. But that's cool. So yeah, he's just like, you lured me into the gym. And he's like, yeah, I couldn't really run away. Nue can't carry people for a long time. So, only had a limited time and I chose that gym. So he asks Reggie what his relationship to Master Tengen is. And he's like, Tengen? Oh yeah, that shut-in would be alive. So I guess from that, Megumi gathers that...
Well, pencil head?
Yeah, he looks more like an eraser. Like...
Me not gonna call him Eraserhead out of respect to
the Eraserhead movie.
I Patch Dawa.
Oh, why?
That's his name, Eraserhead.
Oh, I thought you said eye patch something else. Whatever. Yeah, I know what you mean. Eraserhead. You're right. My bad. Anyway, so Pencilhead is, he doesn't seem that he's friendly with him. Megumi was actually considering the idea that Tengen was lying to them the whole time. Because he trusts no one. Never. So in his dying moments, Reggie gives Megumi all his points, which are 41 points at this point. And he reveals that, the reason he did it is, considered a good deed before death. And that he's not really affiliated with Kenjaku all that much. He knows them, but they're not close. And he feels like it'll be more interesting if Megumi stays in the game for as long as possible. That means giving him more points. So there's that. Reggie dies, and also Megumi, I guess on top of that, gets 5 points for killing him. Meanwhile, in the battle of the Exploding Teeth Man versus Comedian,
yes.
Oh my goodness! We start off with an explosion. Exploding Tooth Man is just trying to kill this guy. And he's like, there's a massive explosion. He's like, did I get him? And then, I forget his name because it's been a couple chapters, but comedian guy pulls up and is like, no, stay sharp. I think his name is Hakaba. I think that's what his name is. He's like, no, stay sharp because I'm a tough bugger. And he tries to punch him. And he makes this face where he's just like, as the punch slides off of him. What? Did you just realize something?
Yes.
What did you realize?
So Toru Gojo? Alright, we're gonna get to it.
Okay, yeah, let's get to it.
I must not, dude, I guess I was reading this shit in a rush.
Yeah. Okay, so he's like, why are you covered in lotion? And he's like, maybe it's ankake sauce. And then he realizes like, oh shit, it is ankake sauce. And Exploding Teeth Man doesn't even know what to do because he actually feels like he blew him up several times and he's taken no damage except for the little tuft of hair on his head. And then all of a sudden Kogane appears and tells Hazanoki is Exploding Teeth Man's name. He tells Hazanoki that Reggie Star has died. And at that moment he's like, ah, shit. Well, I'm going home. I've had enough of this shit. And Hakaba is like, okay, cool. Take a bath. Don't forget to brush your teeth. And then he remembers that Megumi told him to get all his points. And he's like, hey man, give me all your points. And he keeps following him. as we get an explanation of Takuba's fucking cursed technique.
Yo.
Okay, so we were a little off. Our prediction was that, like, if a joke of his bombs, like, that joke becomes a reality to a degree, I think, or whatever. It just makes him stronger, or whatever the fuck it is. Apparently, his actual power is that whenever he comes up with something that he's certain will be funny, it becomes reality. And apparently, it's a cursed technique capable of opposing even Satoru Gojo. My God. But when it comes to his own curse technique, he doesn't seem to have any awareness that that's how it works at all. So, there's that. Meanwhile, we cut over to the Scorpion Girl running away, and she's thinking about, like, how, they say that men are wolves, but it's always a wolf who clears things up for me, like referring to, I guess, like, dude she's known in the past, and I guess Reggie as well, because she's so cute. She's always been able to get by on her looks, but now she's actually being hunted down by a wolf, as she's about to get eaten by the devil dog that Megumi uses, we get a little, like, flash of, I guess, Megumi's sister going, "No, Megumi," and he dissipates the devil dog, and she's just like, "You're letting me go?" And he's like, "I guess." Shut up. And that's when he faints on the ground. And who comes to, I guess, intercept Megumi but the angel sorcerer, which is also pretty wild.
Wasn't that someone they were supposed to look for anyway?
Yep, that's the person who can help unseal Gojo. So they've been looking for this person this whole time. If I remember right, I feel like that's the case. They were looking for somebody to help undo the box thing that Geto did on Gojo. But with that being said, we don't see what happens to Megumi from there, as we cut over to Sendai City, which is a different zone of the culling game, as we're introduced to about 4 other sorcerers. One of which, his name is Daruv Lakadawala, who's this weird monk type guy. His whole thing, he's like, whoa. His whole thing is that he has 2 types of independent Shikigami, and their orbiting trajectories constitute his domain. So in the beginning, when we see, like, these bigger shots of what is the culling game right now, there are these 2 Shikigami just, like, roaming around. They're fucking giant kaiju monsters, basically. And I guess they belong to him. We have now Ryu Ishigori, who is a hotshot who boasts he has the highest cursed energy output out of all of the sorcerers. There's Takako Uro, who is the former leader of an assassin group, and she has the ability to control the sky. My God.
Whatever that means.
And then there's Beru.
It's very vague.
Yeah. And then there's Beru from Solo Leveling.
Right.
No, his name is Kurorushi, who's a cockroach cursed spirit whom Kenjaku freed from cursed spirit manipulation. So, it's a special rank grade.
Why did Kenjaku free from cursed spirit manipulation?
Oh my God. Your disdain for bugs is so you can turn the page. You don't have to look at it. So, yeah, apparently, like, instead of forming an alliance between the 4, they decided, fuck that. And they decided they found themselves in a standoff. Ultimately, one did fall, and it's the weird.
It's lying dormant until certain conditions disappear.
That's
what?
We'll get to. Oh my God! I just noticed it.
Too creepy.
I just noticed how its arms are. They're like a.
Yes.
No, that's so weird. I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
Anyway. So, instead of, like, forming an alliance, they all said, fuck that. We're going to fuck each other up. And unfortunately, one of them ran into a Kotsu, and he got slashed. And he's dead. So they explain that Yuto Kotsu, he has 35 points right now, which means he's killed at least 7 people because sorcerers are worth 5 points each. In the 3 months after the night parade, 100 demons, Yuta came back to become a special grade sorcerer, second only to Satoru Goju in unusual abilities. And that's where the chapter ends. This was a very cool chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen. I love this like introduction of new characters. The best part of this whole arc has been just the new characters and how fucking dope they all are. So this has just been, I'm just excited for more. I guess it sends the bug, but instead, in that case, I guess I'm gonna throw it over to
Sends the bug. I'm not looking forward to that.
Yeah. Let's throw it over to more deeper thoughts. Josh, what did you think about this chapter?
This is my RGC.
Whoa. Just real quick, Brian, is this your RGC?
Yes, sir.
And it is also mine. It is a unified, really good chapter of the week.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
Let's go.
Literally one of my favorite drops I've ever made. It's so good. But yeah, unified, really good chapter. That means it's a unanimous vote for our favorite chapter of the week. Amongst the hosts of the show. It was not the RGC of the audience, which you can vote on our Twitter. If you follow us there at New Gem City, you can vote on your favorite, and maybe we'll get a harmonic convergence RGC, which I have to make a drop for because it has happened before where all of us have agreed. But in that case, yeah, what are your thoughts overall then, Josh?
All right. This was a lit-ass transition chapter. I had a few more thoughts about Reggie, because I don't know if they're going to come back to him, but I guess I just wanted to give like a few final thoughts.
Well, he is dead, so I don't think...
I don't know, but yeah, I guess about his relation to the plot. I wonder why it was revealed, why it was kept like a secret that he was, that he was a old age sorcerer. And I'm not gonna lie, by the way he was, I guess, talking, like his dialogue and even his ability on receipts. I mean, I guess there were receipts 100 years ago, right? I mean, obviously.
I think you can
however
apply
long it was.
Well, you can apply it to anything. It's not necessarily specifics to receipts. It's like any, I guess, kind of contract. And
oh, that is what he said. Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. I guess I would look that. No. Well, I guess that solves that mystery. It doesn't solve the mystery of why he decided to like not make that clear until the very end. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there's any significance to that. I feel like all of the people that are helping the good guys so far are new sorcerers. The comedian guy's a new sorcerer. The hammer guy's a new sorcerer. And, am I missing someone? No, that's everyone else that's pretty much new that they give a spotlight on. I don't know about Scorpion Girl, but she a dub anyway. She belonged to the Wolves, aka the streets. Nah, man, I guess I'll be honest, I don't really have too many deep thoughts on this chapter. I just thought it was a really fun read. I thought it was dope learning about the comedian's ability. This was like the third time he's done this in the series, and then he does it a fourth time again at the end of this chapter with a Kotsu. Talking about second best to Goju, which, remember, Gojo is untouchable and unbeatable unless you have the specific seal.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, he dropped that bomb about the comedian being being on par with Gojo, essentially. So that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like when he does that.
Yeah. Brian, what did you think?
I'm missing something? Sorry. Nope.
Okay.
That's everything.
Brian, what did you think about this chapter?
I think this chapter just reinforces everything that I believe about Jujutsu Kaisen and it being the most consistent manga in Shonen Jump right now. There is no manga more consistent than this one.
Even One Piece?
Even One Piece. Like, cause this series, I can't think of a chapter that I didn't have a good time reading of Jujutsu Kaisen. I literally can't. Even though it's not winning like back to back fucking well, recently it has been, but even though it hasn't always been getting RGCs,
I got the
like
numbers right
it's
here.
still fun to read. That these chapters have been always fun to read. Jujutsu Kaisen is always consistently, even if it's not amazing, it's always fun, no matter what. And that's what you can always appreciate about Jujutsu Kaisen. Like you can always appreciate it no matter what week it comes out. And that's the kind of shit that you can love about it, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. I don't know what Akutami has been on lately, but he has been on fucking fire. In all honesty. So good for him. I mean, there's been a stretch, even like right before the Culling game, where there's been a stretch where it was like a lot of build up, you know, just a lot of like getting things in order before we got into the good stuff. And man, did we get into the good stuff. Outside of, I guess the Reggie stuff, which of course, fantastic all the way around. I think generally people don't go around advertising that they're ancient type sorcerers, I guess. Like it's not the first thing you would say to somebody, I suppose. Because that would imply, I guess, an alliance to Gojo. So I think like they tend to keep that under their hat for the most part.
Right.
As far as this chapter is my RGC based on like just Hakuba, or Takaba. I'm sorry, did I get that wrong? It's Takaba. Yeah, he's just like such a fucking funny character. I do love it.
Yeah, with a beast ass ability.
Yeah, and I think like there's something interesting. I think like it's only helped. Like I think it's only stronger because he has no awareness of it. You know, because like if he's aware of what triggers his curse technique, then I think like he would have a harder time activating it.
Right, it wouldn't come as easy to him because he's. You know what? It's funny because I wonder if you connected, if you maybe like thought about it a little bit deeper as someone that's done like comedy and stuff, that maybe his ability was a response to him wanting to be funny off of just his natural jokes. So once he learns that his natural, it's like if he learns about what his ability really does, it's like kind of learning that, oh, you're funny. Mm-hmm. So I guess some people, you know, take that in stride and and continue to be funny, but maybe some people overthink it and like, oh, I'm a funny guy. I need to be funny. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I think the idea is that he has to believe it's funny in order for it to be real. And like, I think when you get too conscious about anything, really, like there can't be any self-doubt when you do this kind of thing. You know, like you have to be confident and all that stuff. And if he connects his like ability to be funny, or it's probably like irrelevant if it's actually funny or not. And that's the real caveat. He has to believe at the bottom of his heart that what he's doing is funny in order for the curse technique to work. So he can't, like, if he becomes aware that that's what the trigger is, he'll just start trying to be funny as opposed to trying to let it flow through him naturally.
Right. Thanks for articulating.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to do it because I was struggling to find the words, but I think that's the truth. It's just, it's really funny. That's actually kind of a parallel, you know, to actually doing comedy. It's just, you got to be like natural about it. You can't.
Be confident, be yourself.
Yeah, don't be like overconfident. I mean, I'm not anything, but if there's any advice, you know, just like your stuff and you'll figure it out. It's a marathon, not a race. But enough with the comedy class. Great chapter overall. I fucking love Jujutsu Kaisen. And without further ado, I suppose we can move on from here. Yeah.
Naked Skylake.
Yeah, if you guys like this chapter or you didn't like this chapter, let us know in the comments what you think. And if you want us to address them on the show, let us know. Ask us questions about it, how we felt about certain things. Let us know. We would love.